Hello, my friends. Welcome to this month's edition of Mid-Month's Make It with Wendy. And I am Wendy Sanford, and I am the Adult Services Librarian at the Ringwood Public Library. I welcome you to the October edition of Mid-Month Make It's with Wendy. And we are going to create a Halloween candy dispenser using terracotta pots, kind of like this one. Here's the lid. Well, actually, this is the base to the pot. And that is a big terracotta pot. Here's a little bit smaller one. I'll decide which one I want to make at the time. So just have terracotta pots available. From the dollar store, I have this candy bowl, fish bowl, has the opening on top. That was from the dollar store. And we're going to need some paint. And I have white acrylic, orange acrylic. As you can see, it's called pumpkin orange. That's appropriate. And I have yellow acrylic. So you'll need a paintbrush, some painter's tape, scissors to cut the painter's tape, and the gist of the program is to take the terracotta pot, turn it upside down. We're going to put the fish bowl on top and use this base as a lid. And there's our candy dispenser. So all we have to do is paint it in Halloween colors and fill it with the candy. I'm sure that you're all familiar with candy corn, yellow, orange, and white. Well, this is what we're going to try and simulate with our flower pot. And like I said, there's a bigger one. I have a smaller one. I think I'm going to go with the petite one because I live in an apartment, don't have a lot of room. So as you can see, if you flip it, we can kind of pretend that this is going to be the candy corn. So we're just going to have to paint it. So what I see is a yellow stripe on the bottom, an orange stripe in the middle, and a white stripe along the top. So let's prepare our paint. Again, I have white, pumpkin orange, and bright yellow. It's going to put them in my little cups. Use my foam brush. The first thing I want to do is to put a row of painter's tape right around the middle for the orange strip. So again, it's going to be yellow, orange, and white. Mission accomplished. This is the painter's tape. I did 2 rows because I think the dominant color that I want on here on the candy jar is the orange. So I made 2 rows for that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to paint this bottom rim. It's going to be yellow. Flip it. I'm going to paint the bottom yellow. I'm going to paint the top white. I'll let it dry. And then the middle part is going to be orange. Okay, first coat yellow is put on. I am going to let it sit for a while. I'm going to paint a second coat before I move on to the white. While I'm waiting for the top coat of yellow to dry, I will be also painting the terracotta pots holder, the saucer. I decided to paint it yellow. It could be the white, it could be the orange. I think that mine is going to be yellow, so I'm just going to paint this whole entire saucer yellow. And I'll probably have to give that 2 coats or maybe 3 as well. So I have what's going to be the lid is painted and drying. The yellow on the bottom is painted and is drying. I'm now going to start on the white band, and again probably 2 coats, maybe 3, before I can get to the orange. The yellow and the white layers are done for the bottom of my candy dispenser. Time to peel the painter's tape and start on the orange. Meanwhile, my yellow lid is also done and still drying. So I'm going to get to the pumpkin orange next. And so I have the planter is painted, it's just drying. The lid is painted and it's just drying. So now I'm gonna work on the candy jar that's gonna go on top of here. This is the fish bowl that I bought at the dollar store. It still has the tag on it. And I'm looking at it and I think that what I want to do, I'm going to take the tag off. I'm just going to paint this very bottom white so that when I do glue it onto the vase, we won't see the glue. I'll make it a nice thick white coat on the bottom. And the candy dispenser itself, I painted the bottom white, did it thick. I looked through it, I won't be able to see any glue, I'm sure. So the next step is to glue the dispenser jar to the base. And for that, I have my hot glue gun and my E6000. Either or would probably work, but I am a big fan of mixing the two just to be sure. So let's do hot glue, my circle hot glue, and some drops of E6000. And let's squish. On straight, yes. It's probably going to stick right away because I did use the 2. Yep, it is lifting. Okay, so I'm just going to let the glue dry before going on to the next step. It's true, I can consider this done. Could just put the lid on it and put the candy in and it's done. But I'm going to add another element, and that is I want to put a handle on the jar lid. So I have seen a lot of people online using this from the dollar store. This is a splatter screen, but it has this handle on it. And I think that if I take the handle off of the splatter screen, and I paint it. I'm going to paint it orange. I think it'll make a really nice handle for my jar lid. I remove the handle off of the splatter screen. I'm not crazy about this backing. It's so big, so I'm going to tear this apart. And I'll just cut around here and then put the handle back in, and it'll just be a small handle. So I'm still cutting. Cut the circle right off from around there. And this part of the handle goes back in like that. And now it's a smaller handle. I'll just be painting it orange and then gluing it here onto here like that. I painted the knob orange, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I wish that I had chosen to do it white instead because I have white spray paint. It was really hard to paint on the plastic and all the nooks and crannies, so spray paint would have did the job in about 2 minutes. But it's done, it's dry, and what I'm going to do is hot glue gun and E6000 that to the lid, and I think then it will be done. It's my hot glue gun. Okay, so with the hot glue gun and the lid, I'll try and center it the best that I can. That looks about right. So let's just wait for the glue to dry. I didn't use the E6000, it's such a small area that I just did the hot glue gun. It is done, and I love it. Here it is. And when you open the lid, it looks great. So let's fill it up. My candy corns. Fill it to the top. Okay, and the lid. And finished product. That is really cute. And I'm glad that I made the smaller size. It's just right for my apartment. And with this craft, think about it for other holidays. Think about the winter possibilities that you can do with something like this in red, green, blue, white, green for St. Patrick's Day. I really like this. You can just take the lid off, get yourself some candy corn, pop it in your mouth. So I hope you have fun making your own candy dispenser. And I will see you again soon. See you next month for our next mid-month Make It's with Wendy. Meanwhile, have a happy Halloween. Enjoy all the fall colors out there, and see you soon at the library. Bye-bye.